Hey y'all, welcome back for another episode of the Ladies First panel. Okay, make sure you guys are coming into the video, you're liking, and you're also subscribing to everybody's channel. All of the details are listed down below on the screen for you guys. Be sure to follow us over on Instagram at oohladiesfirst. And if you have any questions, you got any advice or something you want to send over, go ahead and do it at oohladiesfirstpanel at gmail.com. Okay, are you ladies ready?
Ready,
Yes.
ready.
All right, let's go ahead and get into it. First of all, we have to say happy Juneteenth. We're not
Yes.
gonna keep y'all in honor of Juneteenth. We're not gonna keep the people long, okay? And we
Okay.
start on time. See what Juneteenth do for you?
All right. Like
You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Everybody's having a great week.
Yes, beautiful week. I think tomorrow's supposed to be the longest day of sunlight, and I'm lucky seeing it today because it's still super bright outside.
What
Hmm.
time is it there?
8:36.
8:30. Oh, okay.
Girl, that's funny because it's dark here.
Interesting.
Really?
Yeah, it's dark
Wow.
here, but sometimes it'll be daylight till 9 o'clock.
And we ain't nothing but 6 hours. Well, no. Yeah, I think we
No,
still
we on
like
the same
maybe
time zone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
y'all are. Yeah. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Okay.
Hmm.
Well, the first thing I want us to get into is an Ask OLFP question. All right. One of the viewers had something she wanted to run by us. So she says, "Hey, ladies, I know the subject might sound contradictory, but I really need help unpacking something that's been weighing on me emotionally. And mentally." She says, "About 5 or 6 years ago, I met a woman while doing business together. We clicked fast and began organizing wellness events to build a following for a group we co founded. The business didn't last, but the friendship continued and deepened, or so I thought. As time passed, red flags started to appear. For one, I didn't learn her real name until about 3 years in. She went by an alias and openly said she didn't want to be called by her real name. I also began noticing backhanded comments about my weight and appearance. My mother, who had gotten to know her as well, my mother once shared some personal family matters with her, trying to be open and vulnerable. Instead of responding with empathy, she told me later she didn't like how quote unquote transparent my mom was and developed resentment towards her because of it. There have also been some hurtful situations. She once told me about a birthday trip she was planning but never invited me. Years later, after those same friends had fallen out with her, she suddenly wanted to go on trips together. When she came on a birthday trip I planned for myself, she spent the trip belittling me, especially in front of others. I finally checked her, and surprisingly, she responded positively and improved her behavior temporarily. The following year, she invited me to her birthday dinner. I had already declined the trip portion, but still helped plan and attended the dinner. We ended up on a party bus where she was screaming and yelling the entire time. I'm not a heavy drinker, and I carry myself in a more reserved way, so the night felt uncomfortable. I also have an ankle injury, and at one point she said, "Get your walk together. I don't need you limping. Your limping ass in my video." I declined to be in it. I had bought her roses as a gift earlier that evening. She took them, ripped them up, and threw them around. Says I was done after that. But the part that really stuck with me, later on, she brought it up and laughed about it, saying her friend noticed I looked upset, but she still found it hilarious. That moment told me everything I needed to know. Shortly after my mother passed away, I had already been distancing myself, but she continued to reach out. Still, when the funeral came, she didn't show up. I tried to be understanding. Maybe grief isn't something she knows how to handle. Goes on to say, but I was shattered and just needed support. She goes on to say, I've been trying to move forward. My best friend since 7th grade has been my anchor. She's shown up for every birthday dinner, even while going through a rough divorce and raising 3 kids. But when I invited both her and this friend to a dinner, the so-called friend criticized my bestie for not jumping to pay for my meal. What she didn't know is my best friend has always supported me in every way she could, and money doesn't define our friendship. Meanwhile, this same friend gave me a used bottle of Dior perfume. No box, no wrapping, just the bottle. Now
Wow.
this year, I've planned a trip to Colombia and she's going. It's already booked and paid for, but something in me hasn't changed since losing my mom. I no longer have the capacity to tolerate disrespect or fake energy. While she's recently opened up to me more, it feels like it feels less like trust and more like she's positioning me to be her next emotional dumping ground. She says it doesn't feel safe and it doesn't feel like friendship. Can you really be friends with someone you don't trust, or do I need to accept that just because someone's been around a long time doesn't mean they belong in my life anymore?
Oh, girl, I gotta tap in first. I'm so sorry,
Please,
cause
please.
Go ahead.
listen,
I'm still processing, so please.
female narcissist off rip. Female narcissist off rip. I know we like to throw that word around. The bitch can go get tested. They will probably tell you she's a narcissist. And I'm gonna tell you a few things, a couple of things that made me understand that. First of all, always wanting you to be their savior, trauma dumping on you. But then when you or somebody around you is vulnerable with them, they don't know how to handle your emotions. That's because this is not about a mutual exchange of emotions. It's about you being there for them. And anything that goes outside of that makes them feel uncomfortable. It's not that they're uncomfortable with grief. They're uncomfortable with your grief because it's not about them. Also, all of those little slick ass comments, all of those little moments to make you feel bad about yourself,
Yeah.
that's to make you feel less secure in yourself so that you will take their bombarding your energy easier. Like for instance, if somebody makes, oh, is that what you decided to wear? Oh, those little slick comments, they make you question yourself. And now you like, wait, does this look good? Does it not look good? Because you're trusting that this person is meaning well when they say something to you, but really the point is to make you feel less good about yourself so that they can beat up on you. Because when your self-esteem is lowered, you take those hits a little bit better. And they rely on you not to say anything. The reason why she responded the way she did to you actually clapping back at her and trying to gather her is because she's feeding off that energy too. As soon as you check people like this, they actually enjoy it because like they feel like they got a rise out of you. And they'll apologize and act like everything is cool, but then they'll just wait for the next moment to try to throw something else at you. You have to just stop talking to them. You can't engage. You can't give them a reason. You have to go dead, go cold, go ghost on people like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heavy on that last part. If she's a female narcissist, you can't feed her. Narcissist, you can't have no. It's a black hole conversation. You can't have no. You will never have resolution with a narcissist. But y'all, I really don't want to make it so much about the friend and more so about you. Just because, not in a negative way, but I think that you need to reflect on why she's in your life and why you feel the need to keep her around, because all of these are huge red flags to me. Like I don't know, like you should have been done, girl. I'm not
How
understanding
long they
why
been friends? What it say?
too
Let me
long,
go back to it. Yeah, it look like
a
it's too
second too
long.
long. I
Six,
don't
about
understand.
Yeah,
6 years.
5, 6
6 years,
years. Yeah.
Yeah.
5 or 6 years
That's a long
ago. But
time.
I'm also gonna call this out. Strike one. I be telling y'all, you can't trust nobody with bad eyebrows. You can't trust nobody that go by a grown woman that go by an alias.
And you
You
didn't
can't
find her
do it
name out until 3
for
years
3 years.
later? That was
For
enough to ask her right there. Because then if she gonna lie about her name, what else is she really lying to you about? That's a person that really does not want people to get close to them. They got their own trust issues, and over time, she's gonna push that off on you. And you know how when you're around your friends and you start picking up maybe some of their lingo, or how they say stuff or do stuff.
Yes.
I feel like the same thing happens with their trust issues. They can project that onto you, and then now you walking around with a little bit of her baggage. Like
hmm
that right there was the red flag out the gate. I'm with Necey. I was like, yeah, I need to know what's going on with you that you overlook so many flags to be
huge.
comfortable. And I'm like, are you a people pleaser? Are you
That's probably a
lonely?
part of
Like, do you not have a good amount of friends or something that you needed to be around this person and have them in your life when they not really adding value to you at all? And then got the audacity to be upset with your mama. I am
for being vulnerable. For being vulnerable. Like, bitch, stop with these feelings. I'm uncomfortable with these feelings.
Is she still going on the trip? I believe the person
Oh, she needs to not go on the
yeah,
trip.
she's in the chat.
No,
She needs to
cut it
not go on the
short.
trip.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you,
Cancel.
you gonna wait till the next thing. You're gonna say, well, maybe after the trip. Then she gonna be on her best behavior for a little bit on the trip. Then it's gonna be, well, cut it, cut that shit now.
Please, because all that benefit of the doubt be having people stuck in single white female type arena.
Yes, she
Like,
seems dangerous. To be honest, she
Mhm.
seemed very dangerous to me. The friend,
yeah, that's
mm-mm.
she sounds like somebody that'll set your ass up and everything. Been
She
plotting
do.
on you for all these years. Like, you
Is
gotta
she a
let her
pick
go.
me? Is she a pick me? You know if they're a pick me because they always got some nigga issues.
But that's why I
Could
go
be.
back to what's going on with you, friend, because even if you cut her off, you might just end up repeating the cycle. It has something to do with the people who you choosing.
Yeah. I'm not a heavy. I carry myself with more reserve. Like, yeah,
Mm-mm.
nah.
I don't
That's
think
another it's so
I
many
don't think
flags
it's
in that.
always
It's
that.
crazy.
I
Huh?
don't think it's always like, oh, you choosing these people.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like snaky people are looking for easy marks. People that are generous with their time and all of that, or just good people that give.
Mhm.
There are people that will be like, oh, bitch, you give and you nice like this. Oh, I'm gonna try to
Hold
get
on
close
to
so I can
you.
start
She
some
is choosing
cash.
her though. That's the thing though. She's choosing her because she's been around for too long. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm
After
saying it's a
after a while,
so
it's
that's
a
what
Right.
I'm saying.
choice. Yeah.
No, I get it. That's what I'm saying. They do choose easy targets, but after the first time, the first occurrence, if you didn't make the decision to cut her off, you're actively choosing that. So you need to figure out what's going on to make you keep her around for 6 years. Because if you did it with her, you're gonna run into somebody else that's gonna use you like that.
Facts. She has an update here. Update. I've been avoiding her and she popped up at my job. Not at the job,
Mm-mm,
child.
mm-mm,
Stalker.
And
mm-mm,
yes, Bonnie, I
mm-mm.
had to explain to her what a pick me is. Ugh,
Run, girl.
She
girl,
sound dangerous. Showed
Run.
up at your dangerous.
you need to cut it.
Not you making me
Mm-mm.
nervous, girl.
Cut it. That's why I be telling y'all about paying attention to when people are crossing over your boundaries. Because I feel like sometimes you can't control who you encounter, but you can control how much access and how much
Yes.
you let them play with you. Because when you get to year 6, it feels like you've been letting them play with you for too long. And so now we got to go internal and fix the shit. Okay. But
Mhm.
once you fix it, you still might come into contact with these people, but you're going to be able to see it a lot quicker and you won't emotionally invest in them the same way. So you'll literally be able to be like, oh, I see what this is. And then grab your purse
Yes.
and Annalise Keating the fuck out of there.
Block.
Oh, damn. What should you do about the Columbia trip? Y'all leaving in 50 days. She can't cancel her trip.
Tell her it's
You
better
can't
for
cancel the
her
trip for
to
her.
keep her
Say
flight
it
at
me
home
because I
than
was
to.
literally thinking it's better for you to
Okay.
go get how it
Listen,
go.
we can just
We can send you
We can
your bag.
send your luggage.
send your
In this
luggage.
scenario, keep your luggage where it is. It's better for you to miss your flight and stay home than to, yeah.
Not you, but her.
You don't want to miss your
Meaning the
flight.
girl.
I'm talking about her, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to find a way to not go on that trip with her because that's gonna be terrible. Ain't nothing worse than going on a trip with a weird bitch.
Yeah, because I
No,
feel
she
like
said
she may
non-refundable.
ruin
Girl,
the
your
trip.
piece is non-refundable as well.
Okay.
And if she
So
end up going on
what
that
type
trip,
of what type of situation is it? Like, are y'all gonna be in the same room or are y'all in different rooms?
And how many people going? Because that could help be a good deflection from
Mm-hmm.
the interaction you have with her.
it's for her birthday, right? It's her birthday trip.
Whose
Yeah.
birthday trip?
The girl who reached out to us.
No, I thought it was her.
Oh,
Hold on. I
no,
thought
the
it's
girl that
her,
reached out.
the subby's birthday trip.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So in that scenario, this
And
is
how is it not refundable? Y'all gotta be responsible and start getting that little insurance at the
just
end.
pay for the extra trip. But what I was gonna say in
Child.
that scenario, because one of y'all said maybe the friends will be a buffer. Honestly, you wouldn't be a part. I wouldn't even want to see your ass if I'm not fucking with you and you want to go on that non-refundable trip. You ain't gonna see me. So if you go and see the other friends, no, we couldn't
Oh
like.
no, not 3 people in a villa. Girl, tell her she
Oh,
can't
bitch.
come.
She finna fuck
See,
that trip up. I'm
just
sorry.
tell her she can't come. She gonna ruin it, friend. See what you can do. Oh, you got insurance. She didn't.
Yeah, you might have to call and see if you can reroute your trip somewhere else and
You
just
have to
hit her
say,
up and
girl,
say, hey,
we
plans
not
changed. We're
going.
not going on the trip no
And
more.
go to a completely new, like,
Tell her you don't even know what you're doing. Like, girl, I don't even know what I'm doing no more. But yeah,
Don't
we're
even
not going on that.
don't. That's the biggest thing. I'm not fucking with you. That's what you need to say. I'm not fucking with
I'm not
you.
fucking
My
with you.
trip is not refundable. I'm changing the trip to make things easier. And that
I'm
you
not
have to
fucking
cut
with you.
access. You can't even lie to the girl because she's gonna continue on.
Hell, why not? She lied about her name for how many years? 3? Fuck that.
That's
you
true. But
going
the
up there,
thing
block
is,
the motherfucker.
if
But
she
I do
lies,
understand what Necey's saying. You got to
yeah,
put a fork in it now. Like,
yes, I do not fuck with you at
Listen,
all.
Niecy is the queen of cutting motherfuckers off. Do you hear me?
do y'all hear?
And I'll be
No
very direct with it
exaggeration.
Learning.
too.
We be learning, okay?
Okay, I don't fuck with you.
No exaggeration. Okay.
Beat
Oh
it.
my
We're out of
god.
here. We're out of there.
Now we would like a follow-up.
We
Whether you
would.
decide to go or not go, we would like to know how things played out.
Yes, we would.
Okay.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
And if you have that direct conversation with her, we would love to know it too. And listen, we are not opposed to audio. So if you happen to
If you want to send
record
us
the conversation,
something
because we some messy bitches.
and we get tired of reading because all we do is read on this internet all day.
yes.
Oh, I
send
thought you
us
meant
voice
audio
messages
of the
that we can play.
conversation of her talking to her friend, because
Yeah,
that's what I
that's what I'm
want.
talking about. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
We
what
can
I
do that
want.
too, though. She could give us that, and she could just send us an audio message that we could just play the audio.
Right.
That's
Just
what we
Screenshot.
really know.
review the situation and send it on through the audio, girl.
Yeah, we can do both of that. Yeah, let's get into it.
Okay.
I'm here
Let's
for it.
do
And you
it.
know what?
And heavy on that comment. Don't let her give you any drinks or food. Heavy on that.
Oh, girl, you can't trust these hoes. My God, today. Like, bitch, you can't even fuck me, and I gotta worry about you drugging me, man. Like, that's wild.
Child, listen, that's crazy.
Wild.
Well, listen, we definitely appreciate you
We
for
do.
sharing that.
For sure.
Because somebody gonna learn something from that. Somebody's watching this, probably dealing with something similar, and it's just like, listen, we getting too old to be playing with folks. So I do think the better option is to go with what Necey said, which is just to be direct and let these folks go. Now, I also support fading into the background like Homer on friendships and just, I ain't got nothing else to say to you. But should they want to talk, let them know.
She a
Direct.
narcissist.
Do.
She not gonna let her fade away. Narcissism won't let you fade away.
Well, you may be right about that now.
And that's where block features come into play.
And yeah, that's true too.
And if you show up to your job again, say you're gonna call the police on them.
Because that's crazy though.
That's hot.
I want to speak more about friendship, right? So as she's giving her spiel about her situation, I do want to get you guys' thoughts on this situation at hand with B. Simone and one of her besties, I believe.
A best friend with a celebrity, everybody thinks that, oh, because you're connected to this person, then your life is just as grand as theirs, or you got it, or they helping you. Baby, didn't have a job, living with my parents, a single mom. All this happened to me this past year.
Jesus.
And then it's like to not have resentment in my heart towards you because I saw you do this for other people. I saw you give a check to somebody to help them through whatever they went through. And it's like, God, like nobody didn't give me a handout, but guess what? That wasn't your responsibility. God had to take me through that for my own season, for my own thing. I had to get my car repossessed.
Jesus.
I had to go through the food stamps line. I had to be on Medicaid because whatever I'm building my story too. But it's like, as a friend somebody who has it, it's hard to digest. They're probably shocked that I'm even saying this right now.
All right. So that is what B. Simone and her friend are talking about. Her friend was down and out. B. Simone is the rich friend, supposedly, and she felt like her friend could have helped her more. Do you guys think that rich friends should be financially responsible or even a piece for their non-rich friends?
No. But B. Simone is a bad person. Wrap it up, bitch. She's not a good person. I don't care. I'm tired of you. I'm tired of you grifting, using the Lord, using crystals, using your friends, using the baby. Bitch, I'm tired. Get up. Hang it up.
My. I will say this. It does, like, let me say this. I feel like B. Simone does a good job of chopping and editing up these podcast clips to make you want to go listen to more of what the hell going on. Because I would like to know more. When the girl says something about not holding resentment in her heart for B. Simone because she's seen her give other people checks, you know, I feel like, is it possible that the money B had ain't the same today? The same things that she used to do then when she was giving it out, does she still have that same? Now, I'm sure she's probably doing decent, but does she have that to be able to do now, being that you've been going through that in the past year, and she may be taking care of her parents back at home, her sister. So maybe she has a lot on her plate to where maybe things are a little thin for her too. So she couldn't help in the way that she may have wanted to help. I don't know.
Y'all know what I was thinking. This might be fucked up on my part. Okay, so when she said that she was damn, this is fucked up. Who knows? I don't know this girl's situation. I don't know this girl's situation. But I'm gonna tell you this. When she said that she was a single mother living at home with her parents and got
Parents,
her car repossessed,
I agree, but ask your people for some
I'm
money.
gonna
Oh,
go back
damn.
to, is something wrong with the nigga you chose?
Oh,
Whoever you just
Girl, I thought
chose,
you were gonna say something about her mama and daddy them not helping
I
first.
was too.
girl, no, no, no.
That's
Her
where I was going.
no, her mama and daddy was helping her, right? But what I'm gonna say is, it sounds like it's something wrong with the nigga you chose. And everybody got friends who make dumb decisions, especially it's so like chances are if you got a bad reputation of choosing like the wrong niggas, like this nigga, your car got repossessed. Like him being, I don't know, he might not even be alive. I don't know her situation. He might be have passed on. But if the man is alive and he let your car get repossessed and that's the car that you got to drive his kid around in, I'm like, girl, so odds are maybe she's just not a great decision maker, and maybe B Simone has helped her in the past, and this rut she just didn't get her out of. And that's the only way that B Simone and other rich people could really keep their money is if they make smart decisions. You can't go handing stuff out every time somebody get into a pinch. Like if this was just a one-off pinch, then B Simone probably would have helped her. But odds are she probably has made bad decisions in the past, but I don't know. I'm just being devil's advocate.
Good points, because now I kind of want to watch it even more with this lady, because I'm like, nah, let's not hope that you the friend that we just finished reading about, right? That she done sat up here and helped you before, but then you want to highlight that you seen her, you witnessed her give
Bonnie,
somebody
I
else
know
a
what
check
she
like
about to
she didn't
say.
give you no check.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
got
like,
it. I got it.
oh, no, tell.
Okay,
Go
so
ahead, go ahead.
we still blaming women for men not helping. All right, so let me help y'all out a little bit with this one.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
I feel you. I feel you. But here's the thing. It's not her fault that the nigga ain't shit, but it's also not the friend's responsibility to pay for how she's emotionally invested in the ain't shit ass nigga. You feel me? Like, I could help you a little bit. I could throw you something here or there, but I can't drag you out of poverty. Like, I can't. Like, she's an influencer. Y'all are paying for her close friends. She might be a millionaire and still got a lot of bills and don't have enough money to be shelling out 10, 20K to a homegirl that's a single mom living at home with her fucking parents. Bitch, you live with your parents. Like that, I'm sorry, that's where it needs to start and stop for me. Because when I say that, y'all, when you have parents that you are living with, they usually are helping you.
Right.
So that
That's the
you
help you
can get
need.
on your feet. You
Yes.
shouldn't even be looking for no check from your homegirl. Maybe an opportunity if you trying to put the work in. But
Thank
here
you.
we are with the podcast. You come up here, you be vulnerable. She's giving you a space, and now she helping you get on in this way. But a bitch ain't gotta give you no check just because the niggas is out here acting a fool. Like, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I feel where you coming from, though. It's not her fault that the baby daddy ain't shit. But it's also not the friend's responsibility to financially save somebody that might just go back to that same ain't shit ass nigga. You feel me?
Okay.
So I have questions more, because if you're saying you're on food stamps, I had to do this. Basically, you had to get a lot of, government support. Your car got repoed. It goes back to what Necey said too, of like, well, damn, are you just like bad with decisions and stuff to where your parents don't want to step in? The most they'll do is just give you a place to stay, but you got to get it out the mud on your own. We'll just put a roof over your head because you got yourself in this situation. So it makes me question that more. Or maybe her parents, they may not have it either to give, and they may just be able to just put a roof over your head and that's it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, please let Jamie finish the sentence. Bondy Blue will cut you off. I'm sorry, Jamie. I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
I
didn't
was
know I cut
wrapping
you
up.
off.
I think I finished. That's all I was.
I'm sorry.
I
I be trying to catch it because, I'm gonna forget.
It be
I
like
just,
that.
like I thought sometimes we just be having
We
conversations.
do.
Yeah, we do.
All right. That's not my intent. Somebody said that ain't got. She said that ain't got nothing to do with what I said. Okay, well, since
She
that
was triggered because I said that she chose the wrong nigga. But the thing is, my thing is this: at the end of the day, we don't know the situation. Like I said, the lady baby daddy might not even be alive, right? But at the end of the day, I said what I said. That's all I'm gonna say.
in
Stand
2025,
on
bitch, it is your fault.
it.
If you want to be
Thank you.
like that,
That's why I was
I was giving it room. But if you want to be like that in 2025, bitch, it is your fault.
like, oh, we feel bad for her because she chose a shit nigga. Like, to an extent. But the thing is, guess what? Ain't shit niggas is gonna do what?
B ain't shit.
Shit. So you as a woman, what we gonna do with that? I'm
'Cause
sorry.
How old is the baby? Did she say?
I don't know. I don't think she said.
Maybe it's a new
I'm
baby.
not gonna watch
I
that
don't
whole
know.
shit. That's
I don't know what this lady's situation is, but I was just looking at it through a different lens. You can't help everybody. Some people you have to allow to go through seasons in order to learn. And maybe since she learned from this season, who's to say that if she's in a different situation, maybe her friend will help her out. But obviously, this wasn't the season for her to help her. We don't even know if B. Simone had the damn funds. So, yeah.
Yeah. Um, I'm going through her page. I was just being a little nosy. Okay, so her daughter appears to be a bit older. So her daughter's 5. So, sometimes people just, it just be a little tough. I
I
mean,
feel like your friends can help you get on. Like, so for
the
instance,
daddy's there. He's in the picture. He's right there taking.
Is that
Um,
the daddy or is that
that's
that's
the?
my
daddy.
That might
assumption.
be the gunkle.
Okay, there might be an uncle. We don't know. It might be a baby daddy. It might not. Okay.
I don't know. You're right.
And we don't fault the girls for having babies and shit.
Okay.
But I feel like that once somebody is like living at home with their parents, that means that's your time to like hustle and get on your game, right? So
Period.
I think B Simone is doing what she's supposed to be doing and working with her. Because to
Yep.
me, I don't support my friend by just writing them a check all the time. I support them by showing up at their business and getting my lashes
Emotionally.
done every 2 weeks. Okay. I go and you know what I'm saying? My partner mad at me right now because I ain't go downtown and go to her restaurant yet. I'ma get there. I swear I am. It's hot. It makes me want to stay inside. I'm sorry. But yeah, like people don't have to help you in the way that you want all the time.
Mhm.
And it's not about blaming, people for these situations because y'all know how we go up for women, period, over here.
Oh,
But
she was
you go
married.
to trying to toss
Yeah, I just saw that.
responsibility on other people, girl. She was married.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
says my husband and I moved from New York City, November 2018, to start this business here. In less than 3 months, we were able to get our own space. It's been almost 2 years now, and we have over 1,000 clients. So something must have went wrong with her business that she had. So
And
I don't
also,
know.
we're
It could
not
have
just
been
blaming.
bankruptcy. It could have been anything.
Nobody's
Anything.
victim blaming. We're just saying that it's
Right.
not your friend's responsibility to save you from your mistakes. That's what we're saying.
Thank
It's not
you. That's
about the
all.
man not being wrong. It's about it not being B Simone's responsibility to fix it for you. That's
Okay.
what we're saying here.
Right.
Okay,
It's not your friend's responsibility. That's all.
that's it.
Yep.
Because
And
some
then
of
I
y'all
want
be hating on y'all friends and then be trying to like guilt them into doing shit because they didn't make some of the same decisions. You wanted to be out here popping pussy and they was on birth control. And now you sitting up here talking about, girl, why you not helping me? I'm sorry, but some of y'all be irresponsible with y'all coochies and then y'all always want somebody to like fix it for you. Bitch, be responsible with your coochie.
Yeah. Everybody gotta go through lessons.
It's
People
love
do
though.
change. Yeah, it's fine.
It's love.
all right. Well, there's that. As we speak on friendships, because I'm gonna stay in this realm for a little longer, but this
I
time we're
love
gonna
it.
transition it to Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Oh, we want
So,
I thought she was gonna go to that B Simone the baby video.
oh no, you want to go to that one?
We do not have to, girl. I think
Okay.
we all have the same feeling
Be
and
Simone
assumption.
out.
Girl,
Be some
grifting
old out. I'm
asshole.
hollering.
Yeah, grifting asshole. Ugh.
Real Housewives of Atlanta, y'all. So Kelly and Brie are at it over a glam team. They have a whole conversation. Obviously, we know that Kelly got Brie a glam team at once upon a time, and she now trying to snatch them back. Okay, she felt like Kelly was being passive aggressive as far as Brit feeling this way. She says that, you made it seem like it was about this donation, but the real reason that you're feeling away is because of this glam squad that I'm borrowing. And that's a problem. Now, if you ask me, I don't think that is the real reason. I personally, for me, think that Kelly is tired of showing up for Brit and Brit not showing up for her. And that's the real reason that she's trying to pull the glam squad back. Now,
Can you explain that one more time? So Kelly let Britt use her glam squad. Britt
Yeah.
is using it, and now Kelly is feeling away about it.
Yeah, Britt set up a meeting to meet with Kelly's glam squad. I believe the stylist, hairstylist, makeup artist, whoever it is, she let her borrow. And she wanted to set up a meeting with them for how she can utilize their services. But Kelly does not like that. Kelly's like, I just let you use my team for a limited time for that weekend.
Got it.
Not enough for your whole life. Like, so no, you can't have access to them like that. Get your own team. It was an
I'm gonna be
in-between type
honest
of
with
thing.
you.
Mhm.
Britt, to me, seemed like the type of bitch that was trying to negotiate buy one get one half off with her glam squad because they at the same events.
Uh-huh.
So it's kind of like, how can we both utilize you for a discounted price? Because the way she ain't had no money to feed them people food at the event, she definitely is giving a discount ass bitch. I ain't gonna lie.
She is. Me personally, I had this conversation with Jeremy Speaks yesterday, and he thinks that Kelly is just as intentionally mean, or I guess like, she's an asshole just like Brit is, because
Mhm.
of how she flip-flops all the time and how she'll
Mhm.
be like a parakeet for other people.
Mhm.
And I can agree with that, but I also feel like Brit is another grifter, like pretending to have money, but you don't really have money, and then you just got friends so that you could use them. To me, you didn't give a fuck about Kelly. You're just trying to use Kelly for what she can do to you, and then you also give single black female vibes. Like you'll try to, stole on a whole style, not just her style team. You'll try to steal her whole style and say that you did it first.
Mhm.
Like that's the vibe that Britt Edie gives to me. Just like her, what she did with Kenya, I'm not letting that go. Like what she did, the way she responded to Kenya, the way she bitched out and act like, she didn't threaten the lady and all of that stuff that she did thereafter, then acting like a victim and being mad when other people didn't automatically see her as a victim. Yeah.
Mhm.
Britt can eat out my ass with a spoon, and I'm sure she'd
Ooh,
like to,
ooh, no
because all
spoon.
these hoes is gay.
Ooh.
Did anybody notice how Phaedra and Britt were leaving the same room when everybody was leaving the trip?
Mm-mm.
I thought they was roommates.
Were they roommates?
Yeah,
Really?
I
they
didn't
got
know.
teamed up together. Like,
No, they wasn't roommates.
I thought they
Wait,
were.
was
I could
it?
have sworn Phaedra had her own room, but that's only because I'm so used to Phaedra always getting her own room whenever she go to shit. But either way, I
I
still
thought
feel like they
they
fucked.
were together.
They
Um,
wasn't. They not roommates actually, because I think Kelly is roommates with Shamia. Kelly is
when it
roommates with
came down,
Shamia. Portia is roommates with Phaedra. Okay, I'm confused. Yeah,
Oh no.
listen, whatever
Yeah,
happened,
they were roommates. I thought so.
y'all
Yeah,
heard me talking about scrubbing ass though.
because they did like a high five or something. I thought when they said they was gonna be.
maybe.
They
Somebody
did.
mentioned in the comments that both Kelly and Britt were opportunistic, and I have to agree with you wholeheartedly,
Yeah.
100%.
Mhm.
Yes.
Kelly has just been doing a better job with being likable amongst the total group, but she go whichever way the wind blow. Honestly,
That's true. She's the new lap dog.
hmm
Shamia gave birth.
the
So
undercover one.
it was two things though. It was Phaedra talking about Britt's inverted nipple. And then it was later on Britt saying that she told Phaedra to bend over so she can get in all the crevices and get all the black oil off of her body after they finish jab. So yeah, them hoes is giving gay. And let's not forget last episode, she took all her clothes off to make Shamia feel better. I don't know.
Bruh, did you see the clip that's going around on Twitter?
No. What clip went around on Twitter?
So it's the clip from Real Housewives of Atlanta where they literally, that's the part that they clipped out from last episode. They only showed, I think, maybe her taking her top off or about to. So last week's episode, I think they showed her about to take her top off, and then they gave us the reaction of the ladies, right? But I remember in the trailer they kind of showed her without her top on and this blurred. Well, in that video, it's the real, somebody was recording it on their laptop or either on the TV. She took this off, then she took this down, and the lady's like, "Oh my god!" And then she leaned on top. I think she leaned on the countertop.
Put her titties on
She
the
turned
counter.
and put her butt on the countertop too. Yeah, so she was like, because she completely, but you could tell from last week's episode when she bent over on top of the countertop. I said, did she take all her clothes off? Because that's what it looked like. Even though her outfit was new, she took everything off. But
Yeah, all them hoes is fucking. And then Portia, I know everybody was like, oh, Portia and Cynthia, when Cynthia got some type of vaginal rejuvenation, Portia was there. And I still feel like I don't know why you remember what type of clitoris Cynthia has, unless you was licking it. But
Do you
okay.
think all are honestly with Brit? It's hard for me to say that. I think Brit watched the show just like us, and she know that it's weird with Brit. I feel like I've seen her try to force some type of closeness through so
Yeah.
many different methods. And so the first method was, oh my gosh, I'm a victim. So let me play victim so everybody can tell me how much they actually fuck with me. That was her first method. That's what she was doing because she wanted to be baby, little sister,
Mhm.
welcome to the group. We would never want you to feel bad, but she didn't get that from Kenya. Then
It's
the
a-
next way she did it, I feel like, is now through this gay shit. Basically, you
Yeah.
know that the women on the show they like to pretend like they gay and like pretend they like to ride. They like to do that, and I just think that that's what Brit is doing by getting naked in front of the girls. Oh, it's actually three things. Let me not forget the second method she did was the sisterhood. I'm gonna be there for you. Prank
Uh-huh.
to me.
I mean, up with you forever, always.
Yes.
I love you always,
So
Mr. B.
this group is just not for her, and I think she's just tried multiple methods to try to like forge herself in this group, and now she on to the gay shit. So that's
Mm-hmm.
she's trying to get in where she fit in.
It's so
Right.
desperate. It's
Yeah.
really desperate. I don't like it. I'm also like, I see Kelly for her works. She
Mhm.
just they be editing her out because she be chirping and shit. So I feel like they just be and sometimes when you little, people don't be seeing you as the same threat. They're like, oh little girl. Even though she grown. But it is
Mhm.
giving somebody could just pick you up and then move you and then it's over. Um, yeah. Their conversation was also really weird. The conversation that they were having, where it's like, yeah, girl, you really could have, not been so cheap. And, you were talking about all that stuff you did. And, I think that you hide behind your team. I think you hide behind your team. I was just like, girl, not the team you be trying to use, oh weird ass bitch. Yeah,
Exactly.
I still really don't like Brit. Hang it up.
Damn. And her doing this lawsuit actually affected her. She should have just, I feel like, rode the wave a little bit because everybody has a bad season. And then maybe you could have won the fans over the next season, but it's
She
too
wasn't
late
coming
to.
back. She wasn't coming back.
Mm,
That's why she did this. I think she wasn't gonna come. They wasn't gonna ask her to come back.
She knew she wasn't coming back.
or
And it's
Her
a
filed a
time was
summons.
failed
up.
attempt. It's a failed attempt to get some money out the situation.
But did y'all hear?
What?
Is we gonna talk about that?
What?
How they saying that allegedly they considering scrapping Real Housewives of Atlanta in total
Yeah,
I
I
don't
saw
because
believe
it's
none
gonna
of
be.
that. I don't believe
I
none
don't
of that.
believe it
they
either
didn't, and
because
they
I
didn't
don't
just
think she
say
got a leg
Atlanta.
to stand on.
They didn't just say Atlanta. They said the Housewives, like period. I think I heard them like what I
Oh,
read.
bitch, that'd be
What
a
got
cold
me
day in
was,
hell if Britt Edie take
Because
down all the
Bethany Frankel
Housewives.
has one.
yeah.
Other people have them. So they were saying the Housewives, period, not just Atlanta.
Well, I
Mm.
did do a video on it earlier today. Shout out to Giorgio Says, and he started talking about that, and I did my own research on it. But yeah, it's not necessarily a lawsuit. She just filed a summons with a notice, basically saying I'm probably gonna sue y'all, right? And here are the reasons why. And I think she has like after she finally got her index number and submitted it, she may have like 120 days to actually serve them. I feel like she's waiting to see how the reunion plays out, whether they're going to mention her, whether they're going to say anything else to make her get in her feelings about, and then they may file, or not so much as file, but serve. That's when the lawsuit process really starts, when you serve the defendant, putting them in a position to where they have to respond, and they have about 20 to 30 days to respond. But right now, it's just a summons saying that, hey, be on alert. I'm going to sue y'all. Another thing that I read in the documentation was the fact that they tried to say that she was suing for 20 million. She's not suing for 20 million, but what they're asking for is that if Bravo and all the people listed do not respond, like appearing in court or whatever the case is, they're asking the judge to give them a default judgment of 20 million. So basically what she's doing is she's just suing in general. So let's say she got like three different things, I think: sexual harassment, defamation, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. So if they find out like, oh, we're not going to give you sexual harassment, you stripped down, whatever the case was. No, we're not going to give you infliction of emotional distress because you still participated, but we'll say that they defamed you. So if she gets that one, she's found like, yeah, if they find that in her favor and they feel like, okay, we feel like that's worth $100,000, then that's just what she's going to get. She'll get $100,000, right? However, with you going up against reality TV like this and the history of it and understanding what you're signing up for, I don't see her getting anything in my personal. I feel like Bravo, I feel like it's gonna cost her more money on the, and here's the thing, on the front end and the back, because number one, they could have took on this civil case on some, okay, well, cool, we'll take on this case, but you don't have to pay us until we win for you type thing. Well, guess what, they're gonna be running up a tab on you. So if you were to win 200,000, they gonna run it up so much that you probably ain't even gonna get a whole lot off that, maybe enough to put a down payment on another house, if that. So that's what I'm thinking. Or they're gonna drag it out so long that it's gonna get dismissed. So I don't
And
know
that's
how
on
her
Jami ThatsMe
situation.
with the
I don't.
facts.
I don't know how that's set up with her attorney to know if she, paid them right out the gate to retain their services or what. Because I mean, them billable hours ain't no joke. Okay, and it's no disrespect, but there is somebody that's going up against Miss or Miss Megan Thee Stallion. Got somebody going up against her, and Greg got a little shaky with the attorney. Okay, and the stuff adds up.
Okay,
So
because you ain't got no money.
so you better good luck to the people. But yeah, that's what it was. I was like, 20 million is crazy, but I'm glad I read it for myself to get my own understanding that yeah, she ain't suing for that. They want a default judgment that they never gonna get, because that's why they hire attorneys for them to show up for that. But we'll see. Thank you for the super chat. I love how Necey is nonchalantly eating her pizza, and that's on Juneteenth.
Okay.
Period.
Thank you so
You see
much.
my shirt? My hat. Black love is self love.
I love that.
That's right.
Yes. All right. So let's see what else I want us to get into. Now, this story here, um, you know what? I think I'm gonna hold off on that one. Let me ask y'all about this. I want to know if y'all feel like when it comes to, marriage and stuff, should it be normalized for men to take on the wife's last name versus the other way around? So this is Fallon and Jalen's baby. They have a little boy they just had, but it was something in here where they said they're proud. Jalen tells the Shade Room that he and Fallon Pina decided that their son should carry Fallon's last name instead of his. It was a decision we made together. The name Pina represents our household, our love, and the family we're building. It's something we both stand proudly behind. He confirms that he officially changed his last name to Pina as well. Do y'all feel like that makes him less of a man to change his last name, or do you think they should normalize men changing their last names to the wife's last name?
I think that people should do whatever they want to do, and I don't feel like that's a signifier that he's less of a man.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we was being real, like this nigga should have took my last name, because at the end of the day, my last name got more weight to it. And his last name is not even like the right last name. Like he was named that last name because of who his mom was married to when, you know what I'm saying, at the time, versus what his dad's real last name is.
Right.
Some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then his dad was like an orphan, so he might not have even had his original last name. So because of the way their last names had shifted and shit, like I took it. I mean, I hyphenated. But ultimately, like nigga, you should be Bondy Gray too. Like I'm just saying, okay. Like I think it should be about, if you're gonna make it about that, I think the name with the most weight, should be carried on, or we should hyphenate. But I definitely feel like I'm glad that people are waking up that they should get outside of that, because I don't think that has anything to do with anybody's manhood. It really directly comes from how they tried to strip land rights away from women. That's the reason why you take on a man's last name and not a woman's. Because back in the day, like a long time ago, when it was a matriarchal society, women's last names were the ones that carried the weight. They were the ones that owned the land. And because they're the ones that actually gave birth to the babies were theirs. So, we have done something different in recent, years. And now it might be time to change to something else.
Yeah, I agree. I support that too. Like, whatever makes y'all happy, do that. Because also, maybe there is some trauma that may come with his last name, and he want to
That's
do
what I'm
away
saying.
with it.
Yes,
Maybe he don't
absolutely.
have a great relationship with his dad or respect him, or the family name. Because sometimes, like Bondi said, that may not be your dad's last name, maybe a family name or something, and maybe he no longer wants to be tied to that. So, I
Or
respect the decision.
or what about coming up with brand new names? Shit, why we can't do that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
I think we could do that.
I think Janae Aiko dad did that.
They
I think,
did. Yeah,
yeah,
they
her
they
dad did
always talk
that.
about that.
Mhm.
I
He
like
broke
that.
off
Um,
from the family and created his own. Yep.
yeah, I think you should do whatever you want to do, honestly. And I was thinking about what you said, Jamie. His last name, that family history, he might not even fuck with them. So I was just
Yeah.
like,
Right.
well,
And fuck them
do
people. I
whatever
don't
you
need them.
want to do.
Right. And
All
plus,
right.
I do like Fallon's name, Fallon Pina. It's a good name.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, whatever they decided as a family is cool.
For sure. For sure. All right, y'all. Next up, I want us to get into Angela Simmons. So Angela Simmons sat down with Angie Martinez.
You
Shout
about
out
to
to
piss
Angie.
me off.
No,
I,
no.
I
Why
watched
do
it.
that?
It actually was a good interview, y'all. I have to say, I did watch it. It was good. I kind of started feeling bad for Angela. She did get emotional in the interview, talking about her son and her dad, and everything. There was a portion in that interview that she mentioned about her dad, and I was like, I know everybody from the side out of hell out of her when she said, I'm not gonna bring. But
What's
anywho,
that?
she said when her dad, she was pregnant and she was trying to see if her son's dad was going to propose, and her dad told her, if he doesn't propose to you, don't worry about it, I'll propose to you. Right. And maybe that was just the dad making, I feel like nowadays people will turn something into something bigger, especially dealing with the situation with his brother. But I was thinking maybe the dad was just trying to, daddy gonna always be here and got your back type of
Yeah, that's
thing.
what I understood.
Yeah.
But he could
Um,
just like
You know why this video about to piss me off, though, right?
could just said that like you ain't really have to say you would marry her. You the dad. Like
No,
marrying
no, not that.
her.
I
No,
let the
no,
video
that's
go.
what I'm saying though.
Oh, okay,
About
okay.
like him saying that, like, yeah, but that don't make no fucking sense. Like you
yeah.
the daddy. Like when a woman gets married, she's being taken from you to someone else. So to say you ain't gotta get, you can marry me I know we don't want to think about these things, but people be fucking their kids more often than you want to believe. But I'm sure that's not what was happening here. That's just a very weird,
Mm-mm.
incestuous thing to say. I'm sorry.
Well, I took it as like, don't worry, I got you. You
Yeah.
know,
I know,
don't
I
Mhm.
get it.
like
And
you
You just know
belong
how
to me.
to
I'm gonna take care of
fire
you.
things now.
I'm not saying that's
Yeah.
what's happening. I'm just also saying you could have just said, "Don't worry, you a Simmons. You ain't got to marry nobody." Like that. That could have been. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I'm sorry, y'all. Go ahead. I've been reading too many books.
So she also talked about her relationship with Gotti and how it it didn't seem, it was weird because she made it seem like it wasn't her decision, but it was her decision. So there's still some interesting parts in that. But let me play it.
You had another relationship,
Yeah.
very public relationship
Mhm.
that people, it was weird because you guys shared a lot, but you didn't share a lot. Like we saw photos and um, we saw it happen and people
Right.
were invested because he kind of manifested it in a way.
Yeah, I think, when it comes to me in relationships, there's a lot of times people don't even see who I date, right? And with that one, it just felt special enough to share. You know what I mean? I think we both on the same page. And then it's like, I don't believe you have to give it all to show that you're together, but it just felt right,
You were having
so
fun too, it seemed like. You were having
for
fun with it.
sure, for
Yeah.
sure. I think, it felt right and like the right, it didn't like we both and have our own thing going on. It's like cool, like both these worlds came together. It's cool, like we can share it.
And you've been quiet lately. Are you guys together still or no?
No,
No.
I'm not with him.
No.
Yeah, not by choice, but I respect him. It's all love.
It's
Like
not your choice?
I wouldn't have chose it, but it was what was best. But I wouldn't have chose it. No.
What are you saying to me right now, Angela Simmons?
I'm saying that I'm a lover. I love love. I love relationships.
This man proclaimed that he wanted to get with Angela Simmons. This man like pursued you. He proclaimed it in front of everybody that he wants Angela Simmons. So you're not telling me that he ended. Did he end the relationship or did?
No, it was my choice. You know, I had to make a decision, but I think there's a certain level of like what I can share and would share publicly. You know what I mean? And I can publicly say that I'm not with him anymore. But as far as like details, I would just never.
It's not your style.
Nah, like I'm just not that girl. Like I'm just not that girl ever to share that much more. Like other than like, yeah, we're not together.
Yeah, and he's not really that type either. So
yeah, that's my vibe though. Like I said, like I could have probably been in and out of like 4 or 5 other relationships people would have never known and got my feelings hurt or not or whatever. And I just wouldn't speak on it because some stuff is just better left unsaid, I feel like.
Then you had another relationship.
We already know. The fuck?
Right. Well, we know.
We know he probably cheated on her. And she don't want to stay with him.
But allegedly, that's what it was. Allegedly, they said that he had a regular, I'm saying it because I don't like that they said that. They said that, but quote from Twitter, X, whatever. They said he was dating a regular girl who was a nurse and he had been with her for like 6 years and he had just bought her some Mercedes and she posted Mercedes. And basically in the comments, they was like, it was a situation where Angela knew that he wasn't gonna stop messing around with the girl who he had history with, the main girl. But Angela was just the girl who he was showing around. Wow. So basically she was forced her hand, like, you know, this ain't what I want for myself. So she didn't want to break up with him, but she did. But the reason why I was saying that the video pissed me off was because it was a blip in the video where she had just went to like a Southern accent and I was so confused. Like, where the fuck?
No, she did. I thought I was tripping.
I wouldn't have chose it. I mean, I'm just not that girl. I ain't that girl.
Aren't you? Where are you from?
Girl, I said, like what? I was so confused.
Maybe that was okay.
Can I say what the thing that worked on my nerves though?
Yeah.
It's the little bit of leave out that you can always see and the extra hump in the wig. She always does it, bro. Every time.
Every time. Goddamn.
For the most part, every time I see her.
Bondy, I can't stand it because I wasn't gonna say shit.
I'm sorry, y'all, but it's one of them things that I be paying attention to because it was the bane of my existence when I wore it.
I wasn't gonna say shit when you got that broke leave out, and it
she must got her one of them.
And then it's a little.
She got a traditional sewing,
or a U part maybe.
Oh yeah, she could potentially have that too.
Where she probably didn't really get her hair braided down. She may just like do like some little French braids or something, and then throw it on maybe.
I feel like they edited it up because there was at one point that you could clearly see it, and then. Yeah, now it's fixed. Like somebody been like, hold up, we can see your leave out.
It ain't too bad, but it's just irky.
Right. Yeah, you know what it adds to? Y'all, I'm starting to notice a certain prototype of personality when women are a tad bit young-minded and goofy. It makes me feel like somebody, you know, fuck something up for them early on, so their growth is somewhat stunted, and it shows up in adulthood as them seemingly goofy women. And I'm not completely all the way set on it. It's something I'm gonna need to look a little bit more into, but it's something about the way she shows up that gives me goofy, and then it reminds me of like a version of sweet tea. Okay.
You trying to say she on a? Oh no, I'm trying to say that.
I was like, follow me.
I said, we're talking about somebody on the spectrum. Is that what you're saying? Ooh. That's what I thought you was saying.
That's not what I was thinking it. I'm starting to think the growth is stunted at an early age because people be taking advantage of like that goofy personality in kids. Like, and like you said, if they are on the spectrum, I do believe people take advantage of those types of people more often than not. Like, it's just something I was thinking it. Okay, so it's not.
I want to be clear. I want to be clear.
She's
When I,
refined. That's not what I mean, but it's something, y'all. It's something
Mhm.
that's given not mature in somewhere. And it gives, like, yes, it gives traumatic experience, stunted growth. And I'm kind of still living in that very immature, goofy space because of it. That's what it gives.
She kind of talked about in that interview about when she was really young, and up and coming, and how people like really affected her with their comments and stuff. That could have something to do with it. Doing television so young, she said, in a way people would just clown her about her body and stuff. She brought up media takeout when they were like, she said, I guess relevant or whatever. She said people used to say some of the most horrible things about her. And I think that may be something that never really left her. So when we
yeah,
see her
sad.
doing stuff that may be like, oh, that's weird, or whatever the case is, she might be doing it in the effort to like, I'm gonna do it. Like, I just want to do it. This is my way of trying to be carefree, to not
Yeah.
care about what you guys are thinking about me. Because she touched on that in the
I
interview
think it
too.
And
also
I'm not
has to
saying that
do
to
with
judge her.
caring a lot what people
Yeah.
think. But this took me back to, she might just be goofy. She might just be goofy. She might also be on the spectrum. I don't know. I think everybody got a little bit of that. Obviously, I ain't got no fucking filter, so shit, I might too. But
Right.
anyway.
Listen, I really do think I am. I really do think I am. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. No filter. I had to do a lot to like have social, like be able to be social with people. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I would just kind of revert into myself a lot of the time because being boisterous would get me in trouble. So I do feel
So
like
just a month ago, y'all,
healed
I
already.
showed y'all that video that I thought was funny as fuck,
Mm-hmm.
with Diggy and Russ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all, it's given that maybe they just awkward, because that he's awkward, but it
Somebody said
also,
Angela is like that. I mean, not Angela, Vanessa is like that too.
Yeah.
yeah, and
I
then
mean, I can
also
see
people
it.
talking about her wanting to fit in, like her changing her accent in the middle is that,
The
people who
moms.
change the way they talk
Mm-mm.
depending on where they at, it was weird to me.
Can
So
I say the three things that when she was talking that stood out to me that made me question about the breakup? And Niecy kind of, I feel like what Niecy talked about kind of matched one of them. One, I was thinking, is it because of the death of his brother and things were getting too dangerous or something like that, to where you felt like you couldn't be around anymore? Because I think his brother got killed
I
last
didn't know
year.
that.
Yeah,
And
he
her
got murdered
baby
last
daddy
year.
got murdered too.
So I wonder if things were too hot and at some point it fizzled out. The other thing is what Niecy kind of said about another woman, but I was thinking, did he want multiple women? Right? Like, I'm creating, how dudes like those celebrities, they may have like 3 girlfriends. And that's why she was like, I'm just not that girl. Like, I didn't want to make that choice, but you're trying to put me in this, like it's supposed to be me, you, her, and her. And I can't, like on some Neo type potentially. And she was like, I can't do that. And then the other factor made me think, was he being too controlling? Did he want too much access over how you show up on social media or whatever the case, when that's really a part of your job as well, for the different things you're into? And you're like, I can't compromise that now. So those were the three things that I was wondering. And maybe all of it could have a little bit to do with the decision. But I definitely can see him also, throuple type things. Like, nah, I'm cool on that. So that's
Somebody in the comments picked up what I was saying. Because I want to be clear, I really wasn't saying like on the spectrum, but I do feel like you could never. Well, it's called the fucking spectrum because we're all on
I'm
it.
the one who said that first, so
You're right,
if they
but
mean.
but they was about to blame me for that one. But I just wanted to say like that was not where it was coming from. It was really coming from me feeling like it's probably a trauma response.
Mm-hmm.
And not just them, like let's remember, y'all, because we really starting to like see things differently now as time has gone on, what it means for children to grow up in the spotlight, but especially on television. And all of them grew up on TV. And I do think that sometimes, especially in a reality show, not as an actor, but in a reality show capacity, your family in your house being on television and what that means for you growing up as a kid into adulthood, it's not just people having negative opinions, but also people preying on you because you a kid in this entertainment area. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like there's something to be said for, how you just never know what fucking kids have been through in these spaces and how that might show up in adulthood. And you can kind of see something, but you don't really know because ain't nobody saying nothing. Like, that's it. Just be well, people. Pay attention to your kids.
Okay. As we stay on the subject of breakups, all right, I want to sit there for a second. The Bam recently got engaged to this guy named Ray Face, and they done broke up allegedly. And it was weird because I thought they were having like an engagement party, but I mean, this is crazy. They're saying breakup rumors surrounded the two after fans noticed they were not following each other on Instagram. A source has exclusively revealed to the Shade Room the couple has called it quits. The source alleges that Ray Face kicked in Bambi's door while she was ignoring him. The source says she was home at the time, and the police were reportedly called as a result of that. Okay. And they said this whole incident unfolded after the former couple's engagement party. Now, I want us to tap into some of the things he has to say when it comes to her friends and stuff.
Bam got going on, you know, that's my heart, that's my boo, that's my bae. You feel me? We just engaged a week ago. You feel me? So it's like, you know, love don't just turn off like that. You can have an argument, fight with somebody. That shit don't make the love go away. You feel me? So I still love Bam and got feelings for her. It just, we fell out. We had a big ass fall out, and it ain't what nobody think. Everybody have fights and shit. You feel me? What happened was, it was an individual. I don't want to say his name because he's a pussy bitch nigga, and I'm gonna slap him when I see him.
Wait a minute.
But long story short, it was a bitch, happy dick sucking nigga. This individual kept getting the information from all these females, these miserable females who from my past, who was mad because they see me with Bam happy, and he just kept telling Bam that. So at the end of the day, we had an engagement party. That after the engagement party, I seen him like pull up at the end. So you know, me being who I am, I couldn't hold water. You feel me? So when I see him, I said something about it. And me and Bam got into it because she didn't like that I was getting her on her friend. So he finna get slid. You feel me? So me and Bam got into it over that. We ain't had no problems about no cheating. We didn't have no problems about no bitches. We didn't have a problem about no baby mamas. Nah, we got into it about her friend. And she took her friend's side. You feel me? And I understand. I can't, you know, Bam a loyal person. I don't agree with it, but that's what she wanted to do. She took her friend's side.
I'm gonna pause him right there, and we're gonna get to the next thing he has to say because that's a long video, child.
I think she love me. I know she do, but it's like all her friends in her ear. You feel me? And I don't feel like they saying nothing nice. Malaysia, she don't like me. She speak negatively on me. I know Bam gonna be pissed off because I'm saying that. But yeah, they don't like me, bro. Malaysia don't like me neither. She best friends with Zell too. So they be in cahoots with that shit. I think it might be her telling Zell to tell Bam. I don't know. I think she love me. I know she do. But it's like all her friends in her ear. You feel?
So that's what he's saying. I feel like if Bam took her friend's side, I do feel like chances are she tired of your ass, Haki. That's what I'm thinking. I think she's tired of you, and it was only a matter of time. I mean, did he do too much the last time? Didn't they go on the trip?
Yeah,
and he did too much when they were down there. Well, I don't even think he did too much. I feel like Lil Zane was the one that was doing too much, and he was pretty much checking Zane, ready to put him in his place.
But then when they made up,
and he wants to fuck people or something, he get bitches or something like that. When it him on that trip when he drank too much and he was like, I get bitches, I can fuck somebody. Yeah, he did too much.
Yeah, he did too much. At first, he was arguing with him over Scrappy. The next day, once them niggas made up, then Zane was like, "Yeah, you was hitting his son," and he was like, "Yeah, you know what I'm saying." And Bambi was like, "No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't hit it. You weren't hitting it. You weren't hitting it at all. What's happening right now? This is not cute." Like they had a whole little moment about it. That's when he was really drunk and like slurring his words and all of that. That's how that whole little argument started. That's when I realized he's too immature. But if that's what you want, you're gonna have to just go through whatever you're gonna have to go through. A lot of y'all do it for the plot. And this is given she's doing it for the plot. Cause I feel like just the fact that he don't know how to hold his fucking liquor, you know what I'm saying? Is a lot for me. And anybody that looks like Future, like, girl, you're playing yourself. So wait, is the story true though about him having another baby, like another girlfriend, baby mama situation? And it's like he was still with. That's what the story was. That he was.
Oh, that's what it started. Mm-hmm.
That's what I saw pictures floating around, but I wasn't sure. And if it is true, I kind of don't want Bambi with him. But I know she's gonna do what she want to do. But I think Bambi deserves to be with a person that's not gonna put her in a position to be talked about like this. I feel like she gonna go through the same shit, similar to Scrap, just a bit, and it's not really worth it. Like, get your check, for the show, whatever the case is. But yeah, nah, and keep in mind now, in my opinion, I do feel like, and she might go back, but I do feel like sometimes when Bam put a nail in it, it's done. She might give him another chance, like she did Scrappy, make him run around. But I don't think she need to progress into marriage or nothing like that. Like,
let this
It
die.
didn't seem like she was really feeling him like that to me when they was on the show. He was getting on her fucking nerves. He seemed, I'm just honestly surprised they even got engaged. Even we talked about the proposal. It didn't seem like she really wanted to say yeah anyway.
He
So
kept doing that too. Like, he kept pulling out rings in front of people. Like, every time they was somewhere, at a dinner, here go a promise ring. Then here come a second promise ring until finally she agrees. Yes. And it absolutely he kept pulling out rings because he was just trying to push her to that place. Like, push her to get there faster. Because how many times you gonna pretend propose to somebody, nigga? Jeez Louises. Like,
yeah, that definitely to me sounds like some type of convincing something, definitely trying to rush her process, I feel. I wish she would have still turned him down every time, to be honest with you. Because after going through that divorce with Scrap, like, she good. She healthy, she good, she look great. A mama, what, 3 or 4? Yeah, he all right. Let him sit where he is. If she want to smash on him, then get your hunch on. But
yeah,
um,
don't need to marry him.
no, don't marry. No marry. Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. The next thing I want us to get into is how do y'all feel about Diddy not testifying at his own trial?
smart.
I am not surprised. It was already kind of giving guilty to me. I mean, for me, I just see him going to jail. Now, how long he gonna go, I don't know. But it's making me think about Tory again. Like, you're not getting up, but you know what? He probably shouldn't. Because
No.
I feel like he thinks he's one of those people that's very clever. Everybody think they clever till it's time to be cross-examined. And I think he will get caught up for sure on that stand. Because then I think I've watched other people where they've tried to say like Diddy will make certain reactions or look towards the jurors and all of this stuff. Like,
Hard hands and all of this shit.
yeah,
I'm okay.
I don't think. Now, it would be interesting if they did, if he, they putting this narrative out there. I feel like they want to see what the public's gonna say. He might change his mind and get on the stand or something. But
I don't think he should, because even if okay, let's pretend he ain't guilty or nothing, right? Let's think from the lens of he's guilty for being a freaky ass man. Let's just think. Even if he got on the stage and on the stand and they asked him questions and he would have to all out say the freaky shit he did, how is that ever going to be a good look?
Oh, and
It
y'all
would never be a good look. So I don't think it was smart for him to even be like, you know what, I don't like vanilla sex. I like freaky shit. I like to do that. That's not a good look. So
I
I wouldn't
feel like
speak
he
on
got
it.
that temper that he ain't gonna want to be shown.
That's one thing. But I was watching Torre, and Torre said that allegedly the jurors were shown videos of Cassie with her completely passed out.
Damn.
And y'all know that's a wrap.
That's like no consent. If a person's passed out, they can't agree to nothing.
Exactly. And there was a story like to coincide with that. I forgot which assistant. Somebody walked into the room and there was a man with long hair that jumped and ran, into the next room, a naked man that ran into the next room, and Cassie was passed out on the bed. So there might be like a corroborating assistant or security or something who testified to corroborate that Cassie was completely passed out. And that's one of the videos. And I'm like, once she completely passed out, it doesn't matter what you're talking about. She can't consent. So it's gonna be a wrap on that. He should not get on the stand because he's Nino Brown. In his mind, he's Nino Brown. Y'all saw how Nino Brown got up there. It wasn't me. It was the tall, light-skinned brother in the back who works at the bank. It was him. It ain't just me. Y'all ain't gonna take just me down. Okay, and that's another thing. As soon as he was up there, he might start yelling out fucking names. And don't nobody want their names yelled. They're gonna make sure that nigga don't get on the stand.
For sure. For sure.
Okay.
I feel like he was mimicking Nino Brown at one point, like attire-wise, didn't he? The
I mean,
irony.
I do feel like he watches the movies and copies them. Like if the story, because I think that story about him holding that girl off the balcony, everybody thinking that it's not true because she couldn't remember where it happened. I think that shit happened, and because everybody was so high at the time, because that's what they were basically drugged up when he walked in. He broke in Cassie's place and then hung the friend over the balcony. Everybody was high out of their minds. So I think they may not have remembered exactly when it was in order to like validate and coincide with dates and hotels and shit. But I think he held that lady over a balcony. And I do think that was some shit he got from the 5 Heartbeats. Because the
Yeah.
discrepancy was
That's the only
about,
time I knew about
to me,
hanging over a balcony.
and Jamie, you could tell me if I'm wrong if you read this part, but the discrepancy was that Cassie said that this happened at a certain time and place. And then the other witness who it actually happened to said it happened at a different time and place or some shit like that. So they were basing whether it was true or not off of Cassie's
Yeah.
testimony, which would then make it seem like it was a lie if Cassie just didn't remember it accurately.
Yeah, I mean, it still happened. They both said that it happened.
Right.
That's
But
the
how they
end
was trying
game.
to get that mistrial. They was trying to get a mistrial off of that. And the judge was like, I think the fuck not.
Right.
Because all of the other shit the RICO had already been proven. That's another reason why we ain't going back. Because once we then started matching up the paperwork with you paying for shit, it is over. Like, I don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I think I think the prosecutors finally rest their case tomorrow or something, and then the they need to hurry up, child. It's
They
so
say
much
day
going on.
26. I was dying. People was on it's day 26.
Is it day 26? That's crazy.
I think
That's
it is.
crazy.
I think it's today.
That's crazy. Real quick though, I want us to check out this audio real quick. Let me switch over here so we can get into it. This is Cassie. There's an audio of her talking to a guy that's saying that he has a tape of her.
Yeah, you don't have to see it, but it's my life and I'll kill you.
Yeah, but
No, I will kill you if you don't show me right now. I will kill you and I will hide you and I will cut you up and put you in the dirt right now. Pull it up. If you have it, pull that up. Because if not, I'm going to kill you and then he's going to kill you again. So just do it. Pull that up right now. You got that? Pull that up. I'm going to kill you. You don't understand. I don't give a I've never killed anybody in my life, but I will kill you because you're with me. You're with me in my life right now. If I saw a video of you doing anything that you didn't want people to see, I would show you the video so you could tell me what the happened. You're playing games with me, telling me you saw some. Now you're saying you didn't see some. You're with me. I'm going to you up. I don't think you understand. And it's not going to be my hands and it's not going to be blood on my hands. Someone else is going to do it. So you have to tell me right now. And I'm recording this whole shit. FYI, tell me what the you're talking about. Because this is not cool. We're not playing. I'm not playing with you, Sujit. Like, you saw some Yes, you're my brother. Be my brother and tell me what you saw. You're going to be able to find it? Yeah, you don't have to see it, but it's my life and I'll kill you.
Don't y'all hate sometimes when people be talking shit online and then you go to their profile, they keep that shit private, and then you be like, yeah, bitch, you better have that page private, hoe.
Tell your ass so.
Cause I don't really like some of the comments talking about she sounds like she was very capable of saying no. And I'm like, and was you able to say no to that pussy that you was messing with?
You know what this made me think of? It made me think of whenever Young Miami got into it with the baby mama and said, shut up, bitch, before I didn't make you eat my.
Yep. Yep. What I will say with this is I feel like she got every right to kind of like threaten a person, because whether you did something willfully or not, it's not really for your consumption like that. If she put it on a porn site or whatever, and that's something she wanted to do, then okay, but it's her shit. I feel like Wayne a little bit, it's my cup. Like, if you're able to see it, then who else is able to see it? And it's obvious she not giving consent. If she asking you about it, you telling her you saw it, she wants to know where you saw it at, she's trying to get a hold of it. Like, I mean, I feel like anybody would threaten somebody if they had some effort, something like that on them. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know who
Yeah.
else gonna release it. So I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't think that people should, to me, make her feel like any way or try and justify Diddy's actions because somebody is telling her they seen her fucking tape. Like what?
I personally feel like this is ridiculous. Like, and I mentioned it in my video about how y'all was all making excuses for him when we was listening to his voice messages talking about, oh well, if this is a RICO, then we all gonna get a RICO. Then y'all consistently say whenever they accuse these men of trafficking, y'all hoes in the comments talking about, oh, if that's all trafficking is, well, I guess that I've been trafficked. Yes, bitch, you have. Are you okay? Stop telling on yourself. The FBI is on the internet. Like, calm the fuck down. And then, like, at the end of the day, I'm not expecting a victim of this type of treacherous shit to be like not toxic or not scarred or bruised mentally and emotionally. I'm expecting her to pick up some of the same angry tactics that man picked up with her. But I
Yes.
haven't heard a story yet about Cassie forcing anybody to have sex with her.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're not going to sit up here and act like, oh, she was down with it. She was down with it. You know why? Because I ain't heard nobody say yet that Cassie made me have sex with them. I have not heard that. Even from those escorts, that's not what those men say. They say they wanted to do it or they was willing to be paid by Diddy to do it. But it's not the same thing. I don't like when y'all act like because somebody is also problematic in their abuse, that means that y'all can place blame on both of them and absolve the abuser of anything that they did. If somebody had a video of you, if somebody had a video of revenge porn of you, I'm sure you would be cursing their raggedy asses out on the phone. Are y'all serious? Hang it up. Hang it up, please.
Yeah. You saying that she sounds like basically what she was saying is that she picked up some of the same habits from being around Diddy. That's what I was trying to tie together whenever Young Miami had told Gina, I guess not the baby mama, that she was gonna make her eat her
Yeah, you a
blah
eater.
blah blah.
You a eater.
Right, I'm gonna make you do that. And that's basically her picking up some of the, she know the power dynamics and she's speaking to him that language just like Cassie know the power dynamics. So if she know that he got the ability to get somebody to take him out, of course she's speaking like that because that's probably how he be talking to people. It ain't gonna be on my hands, it's gonna be on somebody else's.
Not exactly what he said. He actually did say that shit to somebody. I think he said that to her people when he threatened her people that he was gonna unalive her or some shit like that. But he threatened somebody and said that it wasn't gonna be on his hands. That might have been what he said with the car situation or some shit. It was something in that week where they were talking about that stuff. But yeah, I kind of feel like some of y'all are looking for a reason to say that he's not guilty of it because the person who's saying she's a victim is not really a victim. And I just want everybody to get to the point of them understanding that if he victimized one of them, he victimized all of them because that's who he is. And I do believe that the baby mama, you know, Jami Doe, I do believe that she enjoyed some of that shit. I think that she liked the sex parties. I think that she didn't mind tricking off and having a good time with these men, even if she had to lay there and let them do stuff to her that she didn't really want to do. I do believe that. But I also believe after 18 hours, everybody's pussy is sore and nobody wants to keep that up. Period. No, at some point, it is no longer fun. If you are a woman with a coochie, girl, you cannot tell me that no matter how much fun you was having, you wasn't like, all right, nigga, get off me. That's enough.
So it's a Capricorn thing. Are you insinuating that she was doing them when she was a kid, when she was 17?
Oh, hold up. Cassie was doing freak out before Diddy came in her life.
How would we know that?
How would you be able to prove that? I would love to know.
Where that came from.
And that's another thing I would like to talk about because Ryan Leslie was also 10 years older than her, and she met
He
Diddy when she
was
19. Ryan Leslie wasn't no fucking child. He was a grown ass man too, messing with that child.
Wasn't he like 20? I don't know why I thought he was 27. I'm not sure, but he was definitely a grown
He
man
was
for
10
sure.
years older than her. I know that.
Okay, so yeah, that age range sounds about right. That's
And
crazy.
I don't know if y'all peeped it, But they pass these women around, and the women don't know they're being passed around. Like when Jane Doe talks about going to a party with Kanye and not recognizing that Diddy had already given Kanye permission to try her, and she just didn't realize it was happening in a moment. And then later on, he brought it up to her to say that, oh, you really hurt my feelings when you did that, even though he knew about it before she did.
It be the same ones passed around.
Yes.
I don't understand. But speaking of same ones, y'all know it's been alleged that Jane Doe that just was on the stand was 50 Cent's baby mama. Well, the other baby mama, I had something to say. And this what she was over there talking about.
The Diddy trial is going on, and we all know my son's father is not happy with it. Like, he's not happy. But what Daphne is doing is indicative to her character. It was so it's been rumored and known for years that she has been a pole girl from Vegas. Like, that's known. That's known. And he knew that when he beat her up in California, which he seems like that's just so buried how he beat her up. It was a domestic violence case in California. We all know the Diddy trial is going on, and my office tried to contact me. Hey, y'all tried to contact me to testify in that case. They contacted my child support attorneys for me to question me and to testify in Daphne Joy's domestic violence case, which I declined.
Damn, why you gotta repeat it?
What made you decline?
As I'm a mother first and I'm a woman, but she, during the duration of the relationship with her and 50, she gave me so much shade, and she was trolling me along with him. Like, she thought she was superior. She thought her and her child were going to be superior to Marquise and I. So I said, I'll sit this one out.
Oh, interesting. So y'all was beefed out, and that's why you didn't stand up and testify.
So she didn't testify because she was beefed out, or she didn't testify because she was lying? The way she said I declined several times almost made me think, like, of course I'm not testifying because that bitch was lying.
No, that's not why. In a longer clip, she talks about how he was beating her ass too. And we know he burned her house down. And I think she also said in this clip that the son was there when he beat Daphne. So the son knew about it too. Like, from what I heard. But nah. He did that shit.
It happened to both of them.
It happened to both of them. And that's what she was saying. And that's why I said, bitch, what type of woman is you? Because even if I don't like you, if that nigga beat my ass, burned my house down, and been shitting on me this whole time, I'ma show up just so I could put the nail in his coffin. And I could tell you, bitch, I ain't doing it for you. I'm doing it for me, because fuck that nigga. I couldn't get him on my shit, but I'll help you get him on yours, because I just want the nigga to go down. But no, no, not you, bitch. You still mad because he compared you to the Blasian girl. And that's what I want a lot of Black women to, like, realize, that you're being manipulated into thinking that these men view those women as so much better than you, but they're trying to create triangulation because they hate themselves. Child, let me tell y'all. That's why Spike Lee was a better filmmaker than Tyler Perry, okay? Because, you know, they had beef back in the day, girl. Back in the day, he had a movie called, what is it? Jungle Fever. Jungle Fever with Wesley Snipes. And there was a scene that's been going around on TikTok where he goes back to his wife, who was the light-skinned lady, Lynette McGee, you know, my girl's sister from Sparkle, the original one, goes to her job with flowers trying to make up with her after he done broke up with the white girl, right? And she says to him, you know, I always wondered why all of your girlfriends was light, and now you done went to the white bitch, and it's because you hate yourself. And she read him the fuck down about how he hates himself And that's why he seeks out white women and light-skinned women, because he don't want to see himself in the woman that he's with, because he hates himself. So to me, that reads the same thing as 50 Cent, because 50 Cent got on the radio and said the reason why they don't want regular black bitches is because that's what they grew up with, and these Asian girls is exotic and all of that bullshit. He was the one that got up there and said that shit. So to me, I feel like he used that same rhetoric to make one woman feel bad so he can control her, have both of you hoes fighting over him at one point. And look at you. Instead of helping her like take that nigga down, you protected him to spite her.
Right. That's crazy to me. That's why I was so confused. Like, why else? Yeah, I'm not following. I mean, I get it, but
Right.
that shit is wild to me.
It is. But she internalized it. And it's because it's an insecurity thing. And then, yeah, you a bird. But it make me mad because I'm like, girl, he did you so much worse. Why wouldn't you want to put the nail in this? You know, why wouldn't you want to help every chance you get? He burned down your house.
It's given she still
Right.
wants to satisfy him in some type of way.
Yes. Yes.
Potentially, yeah.
Because if he's not giving you nothing, you ain't got shit to lose. Why wouldn't you?
Right.
And the way he did that son, that was another reason why I would have did it, because he dogged they fucking son out. That post he did when he graduated from high
He
school,
was low key Brian McKnight before people talking about Brian McKnight.
Yikes.
and then made the character on fucking Power so he could kill his son off. Oh my god, nigga is diabolical.
All right, y'all. We're gonna get to our last one because I told y'all I was gonna keep it short and sweet for Juneteenth, and that one is Tyler Perry being sued for $260 million over workplace sexual harassment and sexual assault allegations. Now they are saying that this is a scam. This is a shakedown. That's what everybody says. Though
Not
this
my
is
cousin.
who say what?
I said not my cousin.
Oh, Derek Dixon, child. Listen, they saying he's scamming. They said Tyler not gonna be shaken down. They are confident these fabricated claims of harassment will fail. I don't know what to make of stories anymore because they come so left and right, and that's really sad.
They do come left and right.
Yeah, it's really sad and unfortunate for real victims because I don't know if he's lying or not, but I don't put nothing past none of these folks because we always finding out how terrible the people we may have put up here really are. So I don't know what that man got going on, but the dude had text messages. Now I ain't gonna lie, I haven't read the text messages. I've heard about them, but I haven't read them. So I don't know if it's Tyler. If it is Tyler, it's a terrible.
If they authenticate
to get caught up in this.
Yes. If they authenticate the text messages, which I really feel like they will, because y'all, people been saying this shit about Tyler Perry since he was doing plays. That's another thing. Like this is not new news about how he was, you know, how he likes to have those men with their shirt off in the TV shows and the movies for no fucking reason because he won't look at him and all of that. Like I really also feel, I'm sorry, y'all, my dog is doing the most in here with this.
It's okay.
I feel like Tyler is sadistic, and I think you can see it in the TV shows. And I don't know why people act like they can't see it, but to find out that he like threatens to kill people off the show in order to get them to do what he wants them to do. And then me thinking about all of the times we thought Gary was about to be killed off for sisters and he keep coming back. And at first I used to think about it like, oh, he just stealing from, you know, the As the World Turns and Reba from Guiding Light and all of that shit. We used to keep dying and coming back. But now that dude said it like that, I was like, damn, that do kind of feel fucked up for you to keep. And then it would seem like it didn't make sense. At some point, we would be like, what the fuck was that? Like, where did that come from? And I can see it, especially that other show that I've never watched because it had that weird ass feeling to it. The one about the cult, that shit.
Ruthless. Yeah.
What show is that? That's the Tyler Perry show?
Yeah, on BET Plus.
That's the one I think he was on.
Yes. It gave me the weirdest energy, the weirdest vibe about it because it's like about a church cult. and taking care, taking advantage of women and then do fucking the men and the women. Like, it's too much. And it just kind of made me feel like it's too dark. Like, I don't know if y'all have picked up like that very like dark, nasty, grimy energy that will be in Tyler Perry, shit sometimes. But yeah, I can't, I can't with him. I believe it. I do believe it. I'm not gonna lie. I think there are more people. I think that everybody talking about, oh, Christian said it wasn't him. Christian lied. Christian came out and liked something that said it wasn't Tyler, so that would confuse y'all. But he never came out
He
outright
came out and liked it, and he liked the comment that said it.
yeah.
Oh,
I think
okay.
he liked the comment that said it wasn't Tyler Perry. And I think that might have been after, and that might have been after you got off live, because he was on live. So somebody must have called and said, maybe we could talk about it. And so if you like a comment that say not Tyler Perry, that might give room, but you didn't never say that it wasn't him. And then he didn't say shit else. There was a payment at some point. There was a break with all the Queen's men. Like, like, that's his show. That's all the Queen's men is what the fuck they was talking about. So I would like to know who else he could have been talking about.
Yeah. Well, that's that on that, guys. Let me run through these super chats, and we actually finna get up out of here. Happy Juneteenth, ladies. LOL. Everybody go watch Nicole Bahiri and Kendrick Sampson in Miss Juneteenth again. Thank you for the super chat. She don't have the funds. Speaking about Britt Edie, thank you for the super chat, Shane. Say what, Bondy?
Did y'all did see Fat Joe, right?
No.
Oh no, what was it?
Oh my God. I sent it to y'all. I thought I sent it to you. Girl, they accusing Fat Joe of fucking 15 and 16-year-old girls from the Dominican Republic. Said he paid for a 15-year-old to get a BBL.
No.
It's on the Neighborhood Talk.
What?
Yes, came out today. And everybody was in my live like, a 15-year-old paid for a 15-year-old girl to get a BBL.
Girl, that's crazy.
I was just like, what the fuck? And then the person that's telling is his hype man. And his hype man said that he, kind of made him fuck too. And guess what else Fat Joe is
made
being
him?
That's what he
Joe,
said.
what money? What the fuck? I'm so confused. Did he got money?
I don't know, but it's worksman shit too. It's exploiting people in the workplace, charges too in there, or accusations, whatever you want to call them.
I guess what they mean when they say eat the rich.
You say left and right. That's what I thought you was talking about when y'all was like, these stories keep coming out from it, because I was like, bitch, what?
Yeah.
On my bingo card.
That's crazy.
It was not on my bingo card. And that's why I tell y'all, anybody that's outlining their beard, and then somebody in the comments like, I don't see anything wrong with people outlining their beards. Okay.
That's like bad eyebrows.
That's how I feel. That is exactly how I feel. Like, it just tells me something about you. Like, what's wrong with you?
What you trying to hide? What you trying to pull over my eyes?
Them old niggas. Like, why Kirk going paint on his hair? He done been bald all of his young life, and now this nigga want paint on hair, and then come looking at us like, what we supposed to do with this, Kirk?
And then the bigger thing is, whenever people do shit like that, it's like, you're delusional enough and so grand to think that I would be fooled into thinking that those boxy ass eyebrows are yours, or that outline beard is actually yours.
Or
the level of delusion.
The color is always so dark, and it's like you're not seeing yourself, and I don't know what to do with that. But the Fat Joe situation, y'all, I know people, and then because it's a Tyrone Blackburn client, but Tyrone also wasn't bullshitting when it came to Lil Rod, because y'all know Lil Rod shit with Diddy was part of the whole case, I believe. I'm surprised they ain't called him yet, but I know it's probably some of his videos that they used, because he said he had a lot of evidence. But either way, Fat Joe is being accused of the shit with 15 and 16-year-old girls from the Dominican Republic, from what I understand. And then said that he would fly the girls out, fly them out and have them places and all of that. And that's why y'all got the 15-year-old a BBL, because her body hadn't filled out yet. She's fucking 15, bitch. Oh my God. That type of shit.
That's crazy.
Because you could ruin that girl body for the rest of her fucking life, and she's only 15, don't know no better, and is being taken advantage of by a nasty rich old man.
Did he make a statement? Is that true?
Yeah,
what?
I mean, he said it's a
money grab.
Yeah, of course. It's always a money grab.
It's been up ever since Kat sat down with Shannon. It's been up. Thank you for the super chat, Clock by T, or the super sticker. Brandon, I keep losing my signal on this ride upstate, so I just wanted to show love and thanks for the road entertainment while I have a signal. Thank you for the super chat. His veneers look so bad. Glad her friend spoke up, speaking on Bambi. Nicole, thank you for the super chat. Diddy's alias, Frank Black, is a play on the King of New York character, Frank Witt, which is Biggie's alias. He is crazy. Thank you for the super chat.
That movie, y'all ever seen that movie? It's Christopher Walken. Christopher Walken plays that character in the Kings of New York. I actually watched it not too long ago. Lawrence Fishburne is in it too.
Okay.
Good movie. It's a good movie.
Demond, thank you for the super chat. No, Tyler was trying to fuck. It just wasn't put plainly, LOL. And man was not dissed about it. He knew too.
Yeah, he was curving the fuck out that shit. When that nigga sent him that picture and he was like, "Oh, the water looks calm," I was like, "That man do not want to fuck you, Tyler."
He said, wasn't there a comment where he said something nice, and he said, "You mean the what?" Like asking for him to specify, like what's nice.
That stud right there. That stud right. No, he was like a great, awesome picture. Like the man is clearly curving the fuck out of him over and over again. And then to me, the creepiest part is Tyler trying to get him to like be gay. Like as somebody like you don't do that. That's just weird, y'all. Turning like you don't really turn people out. People already be gay, and you just be like, "Hey, what's up?" You know what I'm saying? But you don't really like, as an adult, you crossing people's boundaries. And then plus you was offering that man an opportunity along with dick. It wasn't like the opportunity came before the dick. No, you was offering him, hey, you know, I'll give you some opportunities if you take some of this dick.
Yeah, casting couch.
Yes, it's absolutely casting couch. And that's gross to me. I don't care that y'all don't care because the man not black. I think he did the shit to some of the black men. I'm still mad at DeVal crying and shit because of how tired he is. I like DeVal.
Overworked and overwhelmed.
And Brandon, thank you for the super chat. Oh, y'all, another one because I missed last week running the streets and didn't get to the show while it was on Necey's channel. Thank you for the super chat. Lisa Mooney, the Boondocks has not been wrong yet. And two, Necey's cousin would not have a case if Tyler was not a monster.
Not Necey's cousin.
Thank you for the super chat. Demond, the message where Tyler sent the pic of himself and got mad when the dude was acting obtuse, talking about the water was the smoking gun. LOL. Thank you, Fabulous Faces. I'm sorry, but did he give it names? Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. All right.
Done a man. Keisha. He calling everybody out. Oh my God. I'm sorry. That's a new Jack reference.
Oh, good. Anything else on the show tonight?
I hope Necey will have a good time for us because I'm sure enough about to go lay down.
Yeah. Not lay down.
Not lay down.
Already on Juneteenth.
Not lay down.
This is some tequila, so I'm not gonna lay down. I'm gonna sit up. But you know.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Happy Juneteenth to everybody. Make sure
you got one more super chat.
Oh, I did. Okay, they don't want us to go. Necey is trying to do what she needs to do.
It's fine. It's only it's fine. It's 10 o'clock here. I fully didn't expect us to. That's cool.
Oh, okay. Oh, I be forgetting we on different time zones. So I'm thinking when you said that, I was thinking my time. When you put that in the chat, my time would have been. Well, this is great. This is great. It's 11.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
My time. I'm hollering. Yeah, this was good. Thank you for the super chat. Hey, you guys, thank you for your commentary. You helped stay out of my mind from thinking of my trouble. Oh, okay. I got you. Well, I hope you don't have any more troubles. Thank you so much, Susu.
I got a black song playing in my head. And in the midst of sorrow, you can see up when looking down. A brighter day tomorrow will bring. Oh,
You know that song really used to make me get in my feelings a little bit.
Me too. Girl, every time.
I feel like the world was like ending, but then it's like a joyful occasion.
Really?
And it's like it was like so. The feeling was so.
It gives me like a Sunday song, like a movie ending on a Sunday.
Yes. Come on,
I didn't
been on all day. You can win.
Yeah. Whose video was that in? What movie?
I don't know what movie. I just know I've always like known the song from it being on the radio back in the day. Why? You can win.
Thank you for the super chat, LaRonda. Well, that's it. Unless y'all got some more topics or something. That's why Bondy brought up the Fat Joe, cause girl, I was finna dip, baby, dip.
Okay, I was just shocked. I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't expecting that shit. When they said
Nah.
15-year-old BBL, I said, "Bitch, get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
Niggas is out here. Let me tell y'all something. At the end of the day, I need for y'all to peep House Party 2. Thank you. That's where it was the movie.
Gotcha. That is so. Or was it Class Act? Was it House Party too?
No, it was House
You,
Party 2. It
they
wasn't Class
right.
Act because I be
It was
remembering
good.
Class Act. It was House Party 2 because that's my least favorite one. And I don't know why. Queen Latifah and everybody was in that. Man, these people been getting away with shit for a long time. Stop thinking that just because they just got caught, this the first time some shit didn't happen. Nah, they've been doing this shit for a minute, and then somebody finally got the balls to be like, all right, enough of this shit. And that's what I feel like happened with Derek. I feel like Derek was like, all right, bro, enough of this shit. Like, I'm tired. You working on my fucking nerve. And that's creepy, y'all. Can y'all imagine Medea trying to fuck you? Ugh.
Baby, I didn't know he sent the picture. This person sending the picture of actual Tyler.
Oh, yeah. That's why I said the dude that was talking, he had evidence. It wasn't like what I was reading was like he actually was like backing it up with dates and playing and all of this. Like he was there for some of the shit.
It's more super chats too,
that's
talking about some other topics as well.
That's crazy. I was not. I'm telling you, I ain't see all that.
Oh,
This person. Thank you for this.
Yeah,
Did
I was
Nina
really
have a
sad.
baby with Fat Joe homeboy when she was a teen? Thank you for the super chat.
Oh,
Who is
I don't know
Nina?
if she was a teenager. I thought
think
she
they
was
was
in
in
her early
the same
20s, but maybe she was a teenager.
I
Maybe she
feel
was
like
8.
they might have been in the same clique though, right? Like the baby daddy was in the same clique as Fat Joe and them, I
I
think.
think so. Or did he like produce or do something for Fat Joe? I
Right.
think there was some connection there. Yes.
I mean, think about Irv Gotti. Irv Gotti got caught up on that same shit. And we remember how he used to be serving hoes like Corinne Steffens, like Superhead. Superhead was one of the girls that was being paid to be passed around. And some of the girls know, and some of the girls don't. But everybody's still getting beat up and, drugged and left for dead and shit. So, people should be okay with giving up money. Because when you was fucking over them girls, like they just paid the dance for y'all and that was it. And y'all did too much. Pay them
Did
people.
you see the comment about the Zaria car?
No, who is that?
Zaria car. I don't know who that
What they
is.
said?
It's a super chat from Fabulous Faces. She says, Jamie, can y'all talk about Zaria Carr before you leave? Who is that?
Yeah, we can talk about Zaria. So Zaria Carr, and her husband, I think his name was Shamarcus Carr, they were married for however long. From my understanding, what I've learned about them is that he was an inmate at one point and she was like a parole officer or correctional, whatever it was. And I think they connected in prison, ended up, I guess, dating when they got out. She ended up marrying him. And they had a really toxic relationship, really toxic, going back and forth and stuff. He was very abusive to her. She cheated on him. He cheated on her. He got on Facebook Live and pretty much aired out a lot of their business, pretty much. And I'm trying to find my clip for that so I can
think
play
I have
that.
seen people talk
Yeah,
about it.
I talked about it. I just forgot that's her name. But 'cause
Yeah.
I had really started paying
Oh, I
attention
did
when
find
the
it.
brother posted. When the brother posted, I was like, the fuck? See, now we gotta talk because you didn't
Yeah.
unalive somebody and you up here talking about my brother was a good guy. Okay, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna play. I got the brother. I'm gonna play the brother in a second. But yeah, so he got on Facebook Live and I don't have it. Anywho, so he got on Facebook Live, the husband did, and he just started pretty much airing out their relationship to everybody and talking about how he caught her cheating and pulling up at the house and she was naked or whatever the case was, running out the house because she was cheating on him or whatever. Call her in the house, smashing on somebody. He was just airing out a lot of stuff. Said she had herpes 9 times out of 10. They both had it. He put all that business out. He cut her phone off and stuff. It seemed like he about locked out the house because she was having to ring the doorbell just to get into her house. But yeah, so he just aired out a lot of business about her and what they went through. But when it was her turn to air out things that he's put her through and things that she's experienced and stuff, he didn't like that. She mentioned something about him trying to set somebody up to get robbed. And he was like, kind of like, now, why would you say that or whatever? He said, but it is what it is. Like, yeah, I did it. Yeah, like I set him up to get robbed or whatever. And I think it was in that moment that pissed him off because that's when he got quiet. Then at some point, she wanted to tell about a guy named Odie. And he told her, you're going to have to die about that one. She was like, what? Why I got to die about it? He was like, yeah, you're going to have to die about that. You get that. You know, you talk about that. And so she was like, oh, well, let me not.
They're on Facebook Live together.
They're on, yeah, in the house together on Facebook Live. And so what happened was I started to question, like, dang, I mean, like, you kept getting locked up. Was Odie, like, what is that situation? Like, I'm confused. But people were saying that actually Odie is somebody he may have gotten clapped. Okay, you over there trying to get somebody set up to be robbed, and then you over here pulling this stunt. So I feel like he was already at the top, like fed up with her a little bit. But first of all, you spent like an hour airing this woman out. So now it's her turn to air you out, and you got a problem, and you didn't like the fact you want to expose all her stuff, how she had herpes all in between her butt, had to go to the doctor and stuff. And she over there saying, yeah, but you was over there licking it. And I was like, I just can't. But anywho, y'all was just putting out a lot of information out there about each other, and when it's her turn to do it, you don't like that. But like I said, he got quiet when she talked about that one dude that he tried to set up by using, I guess, one of her friends or something. And then she was bringing up this Odie guy, and people are saying that that's the guy he got murdered or got killed or whatever the case was. But he got real quiet. He came back, and I think that's when he told you gonna have to die by that. I ain't trying to die, whatever the case was. People was like, well, such and such in the midst of all of that, it was like, where he's at, he getting real quiet where he at. I don't know. All I know is towards the end of the video, because all of that was happening at the end of the video, when she brought up the Odie dude, and he said he's gonna have to die about that. At some point, he walks up on her, and it was like he hit her or something, and then the phone just kind of like went out. So I guess once they got off live was when he clapped her. He took the car, he fled. Once he fled, the police caught up with him in a different county. So when they made contact with him, trying to talk to him, trying to get him out the vehicle, he wouldn't. Instead, he decided to unalive himself. Now, personally, I feel like that was whack as hell. They did have a child together. She had 2 kids. One of them was a son, her oldest son. And then she had a daughter, I believe, with him that she may have just had like a few months, like 6 months ago or something like that. Within the year, she's had a child. And so it's just been very toxic. His mom got online and she was like, you know, if y'all don't know, if you weren't there when they were going through this and that, you can't say nothing. If you weren't around for this or whatever, their drama, you can't say nothing. Both sides of the family tried to like get them to leave each other, but y'all don't know what it's like when she's come to my house to find him and want to bring him back to her house and this. And I feel like it was a blame being put on her, but I'm like, at the end of the day, your son chose to take her life and then take his. You could sit up there, take her life, but you can't stand in this that you did. You can't even face your own actions that you decided to go ahead and take your own life. You didn't consider or think about your child at all. Neither one of them did, in all honesty, because for y'all to know that y'all have children and you putting this type of shit out over there on Facebook, it's crazy. And I don't know if I mentioned that. I don't know if I said it, but yeah, she got clapped and by him and he clapped himself. I don't know if I put that. But anyway, I think I did talk about that. But the mom talked about that and said, you know, he wasn't a saint, but she wasn't a saint either. So the brother we're going to hear from is not the same brother that I heard from the other day, who was really crying and emotional about it and said he thought that he was joking and stuff. I guess the boy talked about clapping her before or whatever, and they just never really took him serious that he would do something like that. And so he was feeling, you know, he was down about it or whatever. But I also feel like he was slick trying to like justify, like she pushed him too. Like, I'm sorry, she pushed you. Like, are you out your fucking mind? Like, do you hear yourself?
That's what it sounds like they're saying.
Like, nah, you could have got the fuck up out of Dodge. Like, you didn't have to unalive her. Like, and then it always be the ones that this would be killing me about the DV stuff. It be the ones that don't got SHI. Y'all don't be having SHI going for y'all, ain't got shit. You up there in her house.
It's because they ain't got nothing to lose, literally.
It's hers. You know what I'm saying? And you got the audacity to sit up. Like, y'all don't got none, don't want none, and don't want nobody else to have none either. It's sickening. I can't. But this is his brother.
Jump into it. We can't jump in it. I don't like. Let me get this out of the way. That's my brother. I love him. I'm not speaking just good on him because it was bad. It was tragic. So we're not gonna say he just jumped on women. He just beat her. They have a great relationship. Every relationship go through stuff. Every relationship go through things. He don't just wake up and just jump on her, beat her. He don't do that. When people get triggered, shit happens. Not saying it's right. I'm not condoning that. Not saying it's right. So
It's crazy.
let's get with the okay. You heard him on live. He got into it. He jumped on her. They got in a fight. He jumped on her for it wasn't no 3 hours. That both of them exaggerated. Both of them exaggerated. It wasn't no 3 hours. Bro got up. He went to work. He get to the job. He say, bro, I think somebody trying to break in at the house. He called me like, bro, I think somebody trying to break in at the house. So like, come on, like, what's up? Why you say that? He was like, man, the front camera going off. The front camera going. So he left work. He doubled back. He left work. He go back to his house that they share, and he went in the house. He parked his car down the road. He went in the house. Zai was in there. Zai was in there fucking another guy. Plain and simple. That's why she was naked. He went in the house, his house. He lived with her in his room, his bed. They in there fucking. He lost it. He jumped on both of them. He jumped on both of them. When he fighting with the dude, tussling with the dude, she run out the house, jump in the car. She go to the police station. He get up, chasing her, fuck the dude, left the dude in there, whatever. Chasing her. He drive crazy, mad. He drive right up to the police station. You get there, you know, she's standing outside the car, naked, talking with 2 officers.
Terrible.
Shit. Officer telling him to pull over. He was like, nah. He dipped. He came home. Shit. That was it. He left her. It was over with. He stayed at the house. We at the house every day. We chilling. And shit. Zai kept calling. Like, she wanted him back. She wanted him back. You know, they talk, whatever, woo. And he loved her. That's his wife. Shit. He went back home. Like, they couldn't get enough of each other. It ain't Mark 5'6", Zai 6 foot. She was handling her own. Like, they fight. That's just what they do. I'm not trying to make her look bad. She's Zai. Zai. You gotta know her. So shit, you know, they kept going back and forth to each other. You know, this last incident, shit, he checked the phone. He went through her phone, checked the phone. She went and met up with a nigga in Carolina. He went live. You know, they went live. They talked about some business, all this stuff. We can't jump into it. We can't jump in it. I don't like. Let me get this out of the way. That's my brother. I love him. I'm not speaking just good on.
Yeah,
I think he's starting over.
You know, get a motherfucking oh Lord, I cannot. Yeah, this just happened, right?
Yeah.
Like, I need
It just
him to go
happened right before
process
Father's Day.
this. He's not even processing this before you jump online talking and defending your brother. Don't say shit. It's
Right.
done. I'm disgusted.
Yeah, I don't know what they got going on. Cause the other brother hopped online, I think probably like the next day. Cause it happened the night before Father's Day, that Saturday night. But you know what else was interesting? She had put a post up on her Facebook where she was like, somebody help me because I'm not trying to be dead or locked up, in so many words. Like, I need to be here for my kids or whatever. So she had just posted it like earlier that day. So it seemed like they had been going through something since maybe that morning, that afternoon. Well, obviously, I guess the lingering situation of the cheating or whatever. But yeah, she was putting those things out there. And then by the end of that night, he took her life. And it's crazy. That's what he did.
This is another one of them times where everybody can act like, oh, they were both doing the same thing to each other. They were both toxic. They were both fighting. And guess what? Only one of them killed the other one.
And then himself, because he was a coward.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
I mean,
So I
stop
just
this
kind of
fix.
feel like y'all gotta stop trying to like equal out blame when it's obvious these niggas is not right in the head. Not saying that the women aren't accountable because like women, when are y'all going to stop doing this to yourselves? Like if a man is disrespectful and mean to you and cheats on you and dogs you out and puts your business on the internet, when are you going to have enough self-love to say that ain't somebody I need to be dealing with? That little fake Kodak black looking ass nigga. Like, I don't even understand. Like, that girl was actually a pretty girl. Like, she could have done so much better for herself. And I really, like, I get so frustrated with it, but I have to remember how hard y'all work to keep people from knowing any better or doing any better. Y'all do a lot of work out here in this society to keep everybody down.
I have to agree with the not like I personally feel holding him accountable. I agree with that because the mama put some in her statement like saying something like, how much can a man take verbally and
Ew.
physically or something? I was like, do you hear your fucking self, ma'am?
Like, as if these
Ew.
niggas don't be talking to these women bad, calling them everything but a child of God, and they just supposed to accept it. But as soon as you say your homeboy dick bigger than yours, you can just kill me. Like, go to hell.
That's crazy. I
And
really
then
hate
blame
that.
the parents, the mama. She need her ass, bitch. You liable. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, you culpable in this shit. You want to talk about somebody not being innocent?
Yeah. Real quick, LaRonda, thank you for the super sticker. Siobhan, Bondy, Erica Badu has a concert on Amazon Prime right now.
I'm gonna go get into that.
Thank you for the super chat, TG. I love all of you guys. I subscribe to each of you individually too. Your videos have gotten me through some rough times, and you guys have great views on all the current topics. Love y'all. Thank you so much. Love you back. Let's talk with Susu. Thank you for the super chat. I know you gotta go, but Bondy, how do you feel about Hutter from Love Island? It's so funny because Bondy don't watch that. I would love to hear your
You
thoughts on
should.
that.
Just watch the last 2 episodes, last 3.
I'm gonna go TikTok it. I'm gonna go find people talk about it on TikTok, and then I'll be able to come up with something. Because every time somebody be talking about that shit, I just slide past it, like, oh, here y'all go with this shit again. But I'm gonna go
I feel like
TikTok
that's
it.
okay.
Yeah, I just be tired of them dating shows. You gotta wait too long to get to the good shit.
Oh no. They're doing I feel like they do better. Like they used to have us on cliffhangers, but now they let the whole thing play out and then it'll go into something else. It's very enjoyable, but for me it's been enjoyable for a few years. Everybody jumping on a bandwagon now after Cordell.
This is my first time. This is my first time watching Love Island.
Yeah, it's like so many different think pieces I feel, and I just be like, just give it a second, y'all. Like y'all so new, calm down. Just wait a second, okay? They be having all these expectations and so much to say, but in all honesty, that's how it goes when you're watching reality TV. You know, and so many questions when you're not familiar. People are like, oh my god, is this live? Why are we voting? And I'm like, oh. Can somebody create a shortcut list for the people so they can find out how it works?
I need it because I don't know nothing about the voting or nothing. I'm just watching.
Yeah, so it's an app you download that you can vote on certain things like your favorite couple or whatnot. Last time they let us vote which bombshell because it's different bombshells, as you know, come in the house. But I mean, they're like in the villa. It's not live, but it is real time. So they're filming the episode 1 to 2 days ahead. So what we're seeing is things that's happening currently this week. But I can't even talk really about the new people because I have been trying to get my subbies onto the show anyway for the past few years. Like, y'all gotta watch this show. But anywho, it has truly blown up. Megan Thee Stallion is supposed to be on there tonight. And yeah, so that should be interesting. I think that was a dope way for her to promote her swim line since the ladies are always in bathing suits and stuff. So shout out to them for that. But that's all that I got. That's all that we have for tonight. We thank you guys so much for being here. Okay, again, okay. This is the time we really finna go. Okay. So happy Juneteenth, everybody. Have a great weekend. Hope you really enjoyed the show. We thank you all for being here. Please make sure that you are subscribing to all of our channels, following us on social media at Jami ThatsMe, at Bondy Blue, at Blue Rose Bondy on X, and at Necey Dixon. Okay. So, oh, y'all, I said X. I never say X. I say Twitter.
No, Twitter.
That's
we still got the
crazy.
bird up here.
Okay.
Twitter
Hilarious.
forever. It's not X.
All right, y'all. Like up the video on your way out. And make sure y'all not just watching, you guys are also subscribing. Thank you. Bye.